Hey everyone, your favorite vlog is back after a year and a half of absence. No, been busy with law school. But now, we can return to New York for what is sure to be another excellent edition of this goofy vlog. And I'm joined this time by a real New Yorker who grew up on 80-something Street, I think. Anyway, we're gonna explore the city. All right, we're in Central Park, because my guide does not know specifically what this area is called. You can see there's a dance class and a fountain. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back seat? So generally over here is where John Lennon got shot, which is why people are playing his greatest hits. We're gonna find the plaque. Matter. So this apparently is where John Lennon was actually shot. He lives in this building called the Dakota. It was whispered. You can just say it. It's all right. So yeah, shot coming out of this building, probably right here.
Wait, film into the driveway.
We're gonna film into the driveway.
Oh.
That was less.
Well, there's like a courtyard in there. I don't know.
It was less exciting than I thought it would be. Morning in New York, a rainy morning, a work day. It's very loud. Up ahead is Madison Square Garden, home to one of the, I don't know, I'd say bummiest franchises in the NBA.
Excuse me.
Well, I mean, over the last like 10 years. There we go, a real New York bagel. Went for the classic poppy seed and cream cheese, so you can have an actual comparison point. I'll give them credit. Very good bagels. And if you recall from the last video, we did go up in the Empire State Building. We will not be doing that again this trip, but it is right there from a distance. All right, bagels for breakfast. Gotta be pizza for lunch. So I'm gonna go try to find Joe's Pizza on Broadway, which I hear is good. Apologize for the Midtown heavy content. Hopefully as this video progresses, I will be in more places. Not a short line. Alright, famous Joe's Pizza after a long wait. Pretty good. Really good, actually. We're now in Bryant Park in Midtown, where apparently they do movies on this grass over here. Little stage set up. Yeah. Now this is one of those times I really need my New York guide, or she's at lunch or something, because that says New York Public Library. Then I thought this was the New York Public Library. Makes you wonder what this columned building is. It's got lions out front. I mean, lions are classic library material, so guess we'll have to go in and find out. Big building was indeed the New York Public Library. Pretty spectacular library, actually. It's the third floor. And there's the reading room. I rather get the sense that this library is more of a destination than an actual library, though I'll say that. Considering it's free, definitely worth a stop. That is pretty stunning. Up ahead is the famous Grand Central Station, where you can catch a train up and down the East Coast. Train options in the US are fairly limited generally, so it's not like it's an awesome hub of travel if you're trying to go, I don't know, out west. Yeah, so I guess we'll try to take a peek inside. All right, with a quick down and up, we are in the famous terminal, main concourse, woot woot. It's pretty spectacular, actually. Rarely in my life have I felt more like a tourist than walking around holding this camera in this location. It's okay, I'm in good company, because there are plenty just like me. And the silliest Apple store of all time. Just a few locations you can head in Grand Central. New Haven, Stamford, all in Connecticut, Poughkeepsie, New York. Got options. However, we're now going to leave Grand Central behind. To go where? That's to be determined. And another angle. MetLife behind. Well, after walking around for about 20 minutes, I decided I wanted to go to the UN. I realized I'd been walking just straight in the wrong direction. So, now walking towards the water. And we'll hopefully see the UN building in the next half hour. I find this kind of fascinating because I think that's the Serbian consulate. And then just like, I mean, I'm sure these are still very expensive row houses, but not very nice looking row houses. Serbian consulate. The weirdness of New York. Up ahead of us in the distance is the Chrysler building. One of the more stunning examples of the Art Deco style left in New York. Hopefully I'll get a closer look, because I don't know how well the GoPro makes things out at a distance, but it is very ornate. There we go, the closer view of the Chrysler building as promised. And another fairly ornate Art Deco type building next to it. So I really have just walked a big loop around Midtown. Oh, trees. But an enjoyable walk nonetheless. And over to, I guess this is my right, we have the United Nations building. UN, pretty cool idea. Hasn't always worked awesome, but it's good thinking. We'll get a better shot here in a second. Very Bauhausy, futuristic building. United Nations, I'm not sure I realized that. Neat though. And across from the UN, engraved on this wall, is a quote from Isaiah, I guess. It says, "They shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into running pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore." I'm not sure that's worked out, but it's a nice thought. Something that surprises me somewhat is that it costs money to tour the UN. It seems weird to me. It's supposed to be like the global government, right? You cannot get a free tour. Weird. I'm also bitter because I forgot my student ID, so I can't get a discount ticket. One of the more famous hotels in New York, the Waldorf Astoria. It's rising up next to us here. Up there is one of the apartments in Millionaire's Row. It's a bunch of super skinny, super tall skyscrapers. Penthouses can run you like, you know, $100 million or some ridiculous amount of money. I'll say this, it's way too expensive, but it'd be very cool to be in that penthouse because it is just towering above even some of the higher skyscrapers around here. I believe this is the back side of the Museum of Modern Art. We have to go check that out. Up ahead of us is News Corp, the company that owns Fox News, headquartered in that building. Per the resident New Yorker, this shack ahead of us was the first Shake Shack. So back when someone thought there's really No restaurant that caters to people who want overpriced piece of shit burgers. These entrepreneurs solve that issue. And then, looking across, we see the Flatiron Building, which was just, I think they had an auction to see who the new owner would be. And someone bid a bunch of money and then left, and no one can find him. So no one really knows who owns the building. They probably have to re-auction it.
That's where Tom Brady lived.
Why was it called the Flatiron Building, Hannah?
It was the first time they used flat iron to make it.
Is that true?
No, I don't know.
Too bad. That would have been good. We're now headed to the Union Square Farmers Market, which is an institution that happens every...
Monday, Wednesday, Saturday.
Monday,
Wednesday, Friday, Saturday.
Almost every day.
That was a jumble of words, but you got it.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. And hopefully I will have a little snacky poo. I am hungry. I think a lot of the stalls will be closing soon because weather is moving in.
Yeah.
We're officially in NYU territory, apparently. This is what a college town looks like in New York, with the One World Trade Center off in the background.
Oh yeah, good deal.
This is a terrifically cool little area. It's all the language schools of NYU. We've got their own little language row. We are now in Washington Square Park in the middle of NYU's campus. People playing some sweet jazzy riffs.
They call it Stormy Monday.
And singing. Very impressive. I think the arch is supposed to be around here somewhere. Oh, it's over there. We'll go get a look at that.
Abreast, yeah.
Alright, this is the Where Harry Met Sally arch.
Washington Square Park.
Yeah,
You
Washington
said
Square
that.
Park.
Oh,
It says
sorry.
the Where Harry Met Sally.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's in the film. He gets dropped off right there. Anyway, beautiful. And the world famous comedy cellar, which we will go to later, I hope. The Village is a very interesting area of New York, I'm learning. Some pugnacious homeless people, unfortunately. As with most things in New York, the subway is sort of an overwhelming experience. It's got to be at least 100 degrees down here, I think,
Yes, probably.
more or less. And it's loud, which you will see when another train comes.